All right, today we're going to break down the local AI stack. You've probably heard these names floating around: Llama, LlamaIndex, and Ollama. So what's the deal with them? How do they actually work together? Well, we're about to demystify all of that for you.
You know that dream of building your own private chat GPT, something that runs completely on your own computer using your own private documents? It's a really powerful idea, right? But man, figuring out where to even begin can feel super overwhelming. And that really gets to the core problem. A powerful large language model, an LLM, is awesome, but it's just one piece of the puzzle. To build something that's actually useful in the real world, you need a whole system, a complete stack where all the different parts just click together. So to make this all super clear, we're going to use a simple analogy for this whole thing. Just think of a complete AI system, well, like a person. It needs a way to think, a way to remember, and a way to actually, function and get things done. Let's break that down, right? First, you need intelligence. That's the brain, the part that does all the actual thinking and reasoning. Second, you need memory, a way to access your specific knowledge, not just the generic stuff from the internet. And third, you need a runtime. This is the engine that provides the horsepower to make the whole thing go. Okay, you got it? Brain, memory, and engine. With that framework in our heads, let's meet the actual players. We're going to introduce each piece of our local AI stack and map it directly to that analogy. First up, we've got Llama, specifically the awesome Llama 3 from Meta. This is our brain. It's the foundational language model, the core intelligence that's responsible for understanding what you ask, reasoning about it, and generating really human-like text in response. And this brain is seriously powerful. I mean, it can write, it can code, it can summarize massive documents, and its reasoning skills are just wow. You can even take it a step further and fine-tune it on your own data to turn it into a specialist on any topic you want. But, and this is a huge but, here's the catch. By itself, the Llama brain has no idea what's in your company's PDFs or your personal notes. It can't see any of your private data. So that's the big question, right? How do we give this super smart brain access to our stuff?
And that is where LlamaIndex comes into the picture. LlamaIndex is our memory. Think of it as the bridge that connects the Llama brain to all your private files. Its whole job is to ingest, index, and retrieve the exact piece of information the brain needs right when it needs it to answer your questions accurately.
Okay, so let's clear something up, because this confuses a lot of people. It's actually really simple. Llama is the model that generates the text. It's the thinker. LlamaIndex is the framework that goes and gets the data for the thinker. The best analogy? Llama is the brilliant professor. LlamaIndex is their personal librarian who brings them the exact right book. Okay, great. So we have our brain, we have our memory system, we're all set to start building, right? Well, not so fast. There's one more hurdle. Getting all this sophisticated software to actually run on your own computer? Yeah, that can be a massive technical headache. I mean, just look at this list. If you wanted to do this manually, you'd be wrestling with low-level stuff like CUDA drivers, managing these gigantic model files, setting up a whole inference server. It's a total pain. Honestly, it's a huge wall that stops most people from even trying. But what if you could just throw all of that complexity in the trash and replace it with this? A single, simple command. This is the magic that unlocks local AI development for everybody. And that magical command is powered by Ollama. So meet our engine. Ollama is this beautifully simple tool that handles all that messy back-end work for you. It downloads the models, it manages them, and it runs them efficiently on your machine. It's the component that just makes everything work, no headache required. So now that we've met the brain, the memory, and the engine, let's put it all together. Let's see how they actually collaborate as a team to answer a real question. Here's the flow. You ask a question about, say, a specific project report. First, LlamaIndex, our memory, instantly finds the relevant paragraphs in that document. It then hands that context over to Ollama, our engine, which fires up the Llama model. Finally, the Llama brain takes both your question and that specific context to generate a perfect, factually grounded answer. Now, this whole stack is incredible for a developer working on their laptop. But what happens when you need to serve thousands of users in a real company? Well, the requirements change dramatically. On one side, you've got this simple, elegant developer stack with Ollama. It's perfect for building and testing. But on the other side, for a production environment, you need something way more robust. You need a system built for massive scale, using industrial-strength tools like Kubernetes and specialized inference servers to get every last drop of performance.
This scorecard gives us a quick strategic look. Llama, the brain, absolutely enterprise-ready. LlamaIndex, the memory, totally crucial for enterprise AI. But Ollama, while amazing for developers, just has its limits at massive scale. And that's okay. That's why in production you'd swap it out for a high-performance engine, maybe something using a tool like VLLM for optimization.
So here's the most important point about scaling. When you go from development to production, you're really just swapping out the engine. You replace a Llama with a bigger, more powerful, more scalable runtime. But the core architecture, the Llama brain and the LlamaIndex memory, those fundamental principles stay exactly the same. Okay, let's bring it all home and lock in the simple but powerful blueprint you've just learned for building modern AI applications. This is the clean mental model you should take away. If you remember anything, remember this. Llama is the brain, providing the intelligence. LlamaIndex is the memory, providing the retrieval and context. And Ollama is your local engine, making it all run smoothly on your machine. And why does this matter so much? Because truly understanding this separation of roles, intelligence, memory, and runtime, that is the absolute key. It's what lets you move from just playing around with AI to confidently architecting and building serious production-grade systems.
So there you have it. You've got the fundamental blueprint for building powerful, private, and context-aware AI. The only question left is, what are you going to build with it?